every time I go in for a new session, not a new course, but a new session, do I have to create a session
No,
every time? I just use that same,
you don't need to.
okay,
You don't have to create a new session every time.
okay.
And I think it would be easier if you don't. You could.
That's what I thought too.
You
If
could
you-
create a session for each class, but
Yeah.
it's unnecessary work.
Okay. You said
All you
that.
need to do, like, that's why I'm saying that this course room is just kind of like your open classroom, right? If you think about it like this, you don't have a specific classroom for every class that you teach. You have one classroom,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So you just walk in there and you start class and then you leave.
Right.
You know, I guess they could assign you a different classroom for every class period, but why would they, right? So that's similar to the same way this worked. You could create a session for every class period, but it's not necessary. And it'll cut down on the confusion for the students, because what you want them to do is just kind of go to the same place each time. That way it becomes habit. You don't want them looking through a list of sessions to say, well, okay, well, what date is it? Let me make sure I get into the right session.
Yeah. Could you set that up for me and my other two class, under both of my classes? I think you already did for the one of the classes, but the other one. And
now the reason this says sandbox course room is because we're in your sandbox.
Yeah.
So if I go out of your sandbox, I'm going to click on this house right here, because that's going to get me to my main Cougar View page. And I'm in as you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so here's one of the classes that starts on October.
That's the online class. And I'm really going to be doing the broadcasting and the recording in my face-to-face class.
Which one would you like for me to work in? This?
That one, the one below this one. Yeah, that one,
Okay. So when we put the Collaborate link in here, it's going to say this class. It's not going to say Sandbox because we're not in the Sandbox.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to click on this course. And I'm going to click on content.
Right.
So we've already got the live learning session.
Yeah, I was thinking you said you'd already set it up. I was thinking we had, so okay, that's good. I can get it from there.
And so when we click on the link, you see it opens this class, course room.
Cool.
And so when I click on this, here are some different settings.
And you have to save the session to get the guest link, okay?
There you go, just save it, that's fine. Also, here's the session settings. We want to allow downloads.
Don't share audio or video. Yeah, unclick that.
Unclick what?
With this share audio and share video, I'm not going to do that. Okay, and I think everything else is pretty much what I want. I think I can take that from there. The main question I have for you today was about how to, you said it would download. I have to give it a little while to download before I could share it as a recording.
Okay, yes. Now, when you're in this screen that has your course room on it, to get to the course room and do your session, you click right here, right? And you join the course room. That's how you get into the session. Okay? Once your session's over with, you've clicked record, you've done your session, and it's over with. Now you need the recording. You come to the same screen. So what you're going to do is, once you've given it a little while, okay, probably it will download within the hour, but I always post the message in my class that says within 24 hours I'll post the recording link, just because, you know, if something happens and I can't get it up within the hour, then I can still, you know, give myself a little bit of time. But say we're ready to grab that recording. You're going to come right back from the course homepage and click on content. You're going to go back into this live learning sessions module. You're going to click again on this live learning sessions enter here link, just like you would be if you were going into the course room. But once you get to this page, instead of clicking on course room, you're going to come right here to this little, what we call is a hamburger. You're going to come right over here to the hamburger. You're going to click on that. And when you click on this, you see it opens up a new menu. One of your options here is recordings.
Okay.
So when you click on recordings, now obviously you don't have any recordings here.
Yeah.
But I bet if we go back to the sandbox, we may have a recording there. We may have recorded something and it be there. So I'm going to get out of this live class. I'm going to do that by coming over here to my house. And then I'm going to go into the sandbox because I'm looking for a recording. I'm going to click on content, my live learning sessions module, which is already open. I'm going to click on this link just like I would be going into the course room. But instead of clicking on course room, I'm going to click on the hamburger to the left hand side. And then I'm going to select recordings. And we do have several recordings.
That's why I've been practicing.
That's fine. Okay.
Horrible.
No, that's fine. So now we actually have 2 pages of recordings, which is good.
But some of them didn't go through. I was trying to send it to my husband's email, and he kept having problems with it. So I finally sent it to my personal email and had him open it up. So anyway, there may not be anything there, but
that's fine because we see the link here. Now we need to say to ourselves, how do I get that URL or download this recording so I can turn around and put it in the course? So say that this is our recording that we like, right?
Okay.
Now, if I click on this little circle with the 3 dots,
okay.
if I click on that, I have some different options here. I can watch it, I can download it, I can adjust the recording settings, and I think here you can rename it. You can delete it altogether. You can copy the link, just the URL link. And the add caption source here, if you have a separate captioning file, which we don't. Unfortunately, we don't. Okay, so you're not going to really be able to use that. How would you like the recording to appear in your course? Do you want it to appear as a video where the student pulls up the page and all they do is click play? Or do you want it to be a URL link where they click on the link and it opens up in a new window?
What do you think is best? Since I've never made that decision before, I'm not real sure.
Well, sometimes people like for the recording to play within the page. That way the student doesn't have to go anywhere else, or nothing else has to happen for the recording to open up somewhere else. Sometimes if students are playing or listening to recordings on a device, it could go a little wonky. Although they've gotten really good here in the last year or 2.
Yeah.
More people are looking and working courses off of a device, okay? It's your choice, all right? So I'll show you both ways. If you want to download the recording, then choose download.
Okay.
I'm going to click download, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's downloading right here on my very bottom down here, or in my downloads, okay? Everybody has a downloads folder off of their computer, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, the other thing I'm going to do, I've got it downloaded, the recording, but I'm also going to copy the link.
Okay.
I'm also, you don't have to do both, but I'm going to do both because I want to show you both ways. So maybe you just copy the link. And you know, when you copy the link, it puts it on the imaginary or the invisible clipboard that we can't see. We just have to trust that the clipboard is there.
Yeah.
So now I want to go back to the page or the place where I want the video recording to sit. Okay, so I'm going to get out of this. And if I click back here up top, you can see I can go back to my live learning sessions module. If I click right there. So here's my module. This is where you would normally enter the course room. Now, you can do this a couple of different ways. We can create a whole new separate module just for the recordings.
Yeah.
It's easy to do. You can just come down here and say, live learning session recordings. If you're like me, you have to make things very clear for students.
Yeah.
Big letters.
That's why
Big letters. Okay, so you would have two modules, one for the sessions. This is how you get to the session. And these are just the recordings.
Okay.
You could do that. So remember, I have one downloaded and I still have the link copied on my clipboard. So it's—
are you recording this to send to me?
I am.
Thank you.
So if I wanted to put the video on this page, so all the student had to do was come here, click on this page, and the video would appear, and then they just push play.
Okay.
How I would do that is I would click this Upload Create button. And you see here, there's one button here for video audio. And I have a couple of options here. It's going to default to this enter URL or embed code, but there's also the upload. So remember my downloads, right? Remember I downloaded the video? Remember that? Yeah. So I could go to the browse. And this is going to open up my files. And here's my downloads right over here. This is how my computer works. I don't know if your computer works this way, but this is how mine. But you want to go to your downloads. It should be the first guy sitting right here because it's the last thing I downloaded, right?
Right.
So I can select that and then click open. And then as you can see, it's downloading, it's uploading to this.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason as to how long this takes. I think sometimes depends on how much traffic. Okay, but it didn't take too long. All right, so there it is. Now, I have the opportunity here to give a title. I encourage you to title this with the topic of the lecture and the date.
Okay.
And that's for two reasons. It's going to help you. It's going to help the students. So when a student comes up to you and says, well, I wasn't here last Wednesday, I need to know what blah, blah, blah. Okay. You can say, go to the recordings and the dates there.
Yeah.
Okay. Or if a student comes up to you and says, well, I'd like to, review the recording on, college preparation that we did. That's a topic, right?
Yeah.
So when you're going and looking for things, it's very, very helpful to have it named properly. Believe me, I tell you this from experience.
Yeah.
All right. And then all you have to do is click save. So this is what it's going to look like. Let me go back to the module itself. So here it is, okay, here's your recordings, the topic of the lecture and the date, okay? And so when the student clicks on this, it opens up the video player.
Okay.
And then all they do is click play. All right? Now,
One question, I should put the recording on both classes, both courses. I mean,
this module, this live learning sessions recordings module, is that what you're talking about? You should put that in both classes?
yeah, no, in both, should I put the live learning session recording, not only my online class, but my face-to-face class?
Well, if you're going to be posting recordings in the online class, yes.
Uh-huh.
I like to have this as 2 separate modules because
No, what I mean, like if somebody's in my face-to-face class and they miss class, and we were saying we're supposed to make them available for, that's why we're doing the broadly. Okay. All right. So I should put it in both courses, the a module in both courses with the recordings.
Yeah. Now it doesn't have to be a module, but I think it's easier for me if I have both of them separated out. You could absolutely, here's just the live learning sessions. You could add your sessions here. But I have found it's easier for students if they just have one thing to go to where they enter the session. There's nothing else. There's nothing else distracting them. You just go here and enter here. Here is the only place you go to get recordings. In my opinion, it's just worked out easier. You know, it might not make a difference to you or to your students, you know. It might not make a difference. I know that in the past, I've gotten lots of questions. I can't find the recording. I don't know where the recording is. I don't know how to, you know, those kind of things. So I try to do something to correct that. Now, I've shown you how to put the video in here. Now let me show you how to just put the link to the video. Okay, because remember I did it 2 different ways. The first way was download the video and then upload the video to this module. Okay, I've done that. Now, I'm going to show you, remember I copied that link, the link to the video on my invisible clipboard. So now I'm going to put that here. So here I'm going to click Upload Create. I'm still going to go to Video Audio. Notice it defaults on this web video or audio, and it tells me that I can enter the URL, which is what I have. That's a link. So I'm just going to paste. It also wants me to give a title.
The same title.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, lecture topic and date. Yeah.
Right. And don't let this. It didn't like our Blackboard. Okay, so hold the phone here. It doesn't like our Blackboard. See if it'll play. It still plays. I don't know why it's giving us that ugly message. Doesn't like it. No. Okay. Hold on a second. I tell you what I think it wants me to do. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do it the first way, but it's good to know.
The first way is really easy. It is. I think we can do it this way. We can create a link. So here we've got the link. We've done the copy link of the video. So I can come here to upload, create a link.
Okay.
I can here's my URL. Open as an external resource. What that means is when the student clicks on it, it takes them out of Cougar View and opens it up as a separate window.
The URL, is that the link to the recording?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And then what was that? What was that? You just clicked the last thing you just did, open tab?
I pasted the link in where it said URL and I clicked open as an external resource and then I just clicked save, that's all. Okay, and when you do that, it allows the student to open it as an external, you know, in a separate window.
Okay.
I don't know why it's saying that. I mean, I just grabbed one of your recordings. Let's see what this does. Yep, that's working. Okay. Probably this is going to be your easiest, really. It's not difficult as long as you know that you download it and then upload it here. It's not difficult.
Okay. All right. Do you have time for a couple of questions that aren't related to this, but about the online classes?
Sure.
Click right here where it says orientation. Go back to my content page there, yeah, in the sandbox. But
Start
they were,
orientation.
yeah, start here, orientation. Some of these things like welcome, orientation overview, and etiquette, how do I get that into my, I would like for the students to be able to have access to that. Will that automatically come up when they click on their class in one of the modules, or do I have to copy and paste it over there?
No, we can put it in there. Did you take what was in the sandbox here and put it in your live class?
I haven't done it yet.
Okay. Do you want to do that now?
I've got several things done in there, but I haven't, I think I was going to wait until today after I talked to you to put my course syllabus in there. In my course syllabus, I have getting technical help at the bottom of the syllabus. But this part right here, getting to know assignments, that was something I really wanted them to have in case there was somebody taking the class who's not done in the Cougar View. I don't think there'd be anybody like that, but.
So let me ask you this. Are you continuing to work in the sandbox or the live class?
I've started doing a little bit of stuff in the live class.
Okay. Well, my question is, do we want to put everything that's in the sandbox in the live class? What don't we want to put in there? Do we know that?
Just this stuff on right here I'm talking about, getting to know assignment.
You just want one module.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
Okay, so when you copy something from one course to another, you have to be in the course that you want the something copied into.
Okay.
So I know I have it in my sandbox, but I need it here. Which class do we want to put it in, or do we want to put them in both?
Start with that one.
This one?
Put it in there, yeah.
Okay. So this is the course right here that does not have the start here orientation. Okay. So, and I know that because I'm coming here to content and I don't see it. Okay. So to copy it from the sandbox, I'm going to come over here to course admin.
Okay.
I'm going to do import, export, copy. Now here it says search for offering. That should say search for the class that has the stuff that I want. Okay. D2L or Cougar View calls classes or courses offerings. Okay. All right. So here we're going to search for offering. It's going to pop up a new box. I'm going to come here to the search and I'm going to say sandbox because I know that it's in a sandbox. Okay. I'm going to click the little magnifying glass. And I see that you have two sandboxes. One is ITDS 2727. That has the start here orientation that you want, right?
Right.
I'm going to click this radio button and I'm going to add selected. Now this is where we have to pause and be very careful. We don't want to copy all components because really what we want to do is only take that start here orientation module. There's only really one module that we want. We don't want everything, okay? Right. So I'm going to select components. And when I do that, it asks me to choose the components that I want to copy. I know that the start here orientation module is in content. So I'm going to select content, but I don't want to copy all items. I want to select individual items to copy. I also know that that start here orientation module has a practice discussion. a practice assignment, and a practice quiz. Are you going to ask students to do all three of those?
Not the quiz. We'll be doing the assignments. Well, for this class, the face-to-face class, I'm not going to do discussions online. What's the other option you said?
Assignments? You want them to do the assignments?
Assignments, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to come down here because I know that that assignment is there. I'm going to come here to assignments. I'm going to select. And that's all I need. Okay. I'm going to click continue. Because I said I wanted to select assignments, it's going to ask me to tell them which assignment, and I'm going to get the getting to know assignments.
Yes.
And click continue. And now it wants to know what content module do I want. Well, I want this start here orientation. I can also click this little plus sign right here, and it'll tell me exactly what I'm getting.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to click continue. Okay. Now, at this point, it's going to tell me what I'm copying. Okay?
Okay.
Once I click finish, the copying process will start and I will not be able to back out of it. That's why when I copy from one class to another, I just take my time and I make sure that I'm copying what I want to copy. Okay. Because if you copy a lot of the wrong thing, you can't take it all out as once. You have to individually go in.
Yeah, that's not a problem really. If I have to do that, I can do that. But
okay, so I'm just going to click finish. And when I do that, the copying process will start. Well, it just did it. Usually it takes a little longer than that, but okay, it didn't. Okay, so it's done. All right, it's finished. So now I'm going to come back over here because I'm in the course that I wanted the something copied into. I'm just going to click on content. Anytime you copy something, it defaults to the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, so to move this up to the top, because I probably want to move it up to the top, I just need to hover over these two vertical line dots here and hold my mouse button down, and it allows the module to be moved. I got a fly come flying around me. That's why I'm like that.
See, can you look? Did we put that in my online class or face-to-face just now?
Do you? Okay, you want to go to the online class?
I'd like to put it in there too, but you don't have to do it. I can play around with it.
Well, I mean, you can do it or I can do it, but I don't mind doing it.
Okay.
So remember, when we want to copy something, we go into the course that the something needs to be copied into. All right, so in this case, it's the online class. It does not have the start here orientation module, and we want it in there. So I'm going to click there.
Yeah.
I always go to content just to make sure that it is in fact not there, because if you're like me, I don't think I do something and end up that I already have.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's certainly not there. So I'm going to come over here to course admin. I'm going to click import, export, copy. I'm going to click search for an offering. That also means search for the class that has the something that you want. In the search bar, I'm going to type sandbox. I'm going to click the magnifying glass because that's going to allow me to search. I'm going to select the correct course. Click the radio button and add selected. At this point, I'm going to pause because I don't want to copy all components. I want to select components because there's only one module that I want. This is going to show me all the different components in the course so I can select, in this case, content, and I'm going to ask to select individual items to copy. And then I'm going to come here to assignments. Are they also, and this is the online class, are they going to do the discussion?
They are.
Okay, so I'm going to grab the discussion also. I'm going to select discussion, select individual items to copy.
I'm glad you remembered that.
And then click continue. The first thing it wants me to do is select the assignments to copy. So if I just click this, it's kind of collapsed right here. So if I click this plus sign, it's going to show me the different folders I have set up to copy. So I'm going to do the getting to know assignments and then click continue. Here's going to ask me about, okay, which discussion did you want? Going to do the course lounge, which has the introduce yourself and Muddiest Point. Click continue. The next one will be the which content module. So I'm going to come down here and say start here. I can expand this by clicking the plus sign. It's going to show me everything that's going to come along with that. And click continue. Now I can see that I am about to copy the content, discussions, and assignments. I'm going to click finish. And when I do that, it starts the copying process. Sometimes it takes just, you know, a couple of seconds. Other times it takes more, like 10 or 15. All right, so it's done. So the first thing I'm going to do is come over here to content. There's my start here orientation. Like I said, you can move that if you so choose. When I click on orientation, we can go through here and we see these. Make sure you come in here and get rid of this note to instructor, right?
Yeah,
to do this, you just click on it.
Yeah, I'm going to use some of that to put in here to tell them what I wanted the introduce yourself to be.
Right, yeah, it's got some suggestions here, but you can change that, okay?
Yeah, right, exactly.
And then I can come up here to assessments and then assignments, and we will see there's that, the Dropbox for that. It's hidden, it defaults as hidden, so you'll have to unhide it.
Mm-hmm.
Very simple, make visible to users. All I did was click the drop down. And then under communications and then discussions.
Yeah, that was where I have a question for you. It says that every time I went and looked at help, and it says that every time you, that I as a professor, like if I want to have a discussion on chapter 3 that we discussed, I have to have a new forum. No, I don't have to do one forum, but different topics. How much kind of, okay.
Students talk to each other in the topic.
Okay. I'm not going to really, I'm trying to make this, I'm not making this too easy, but yeah, at the same time, I'm trying to keep it simple since this is my first time doing this, and I don't want to get over my abilities, but I did want them to do this. In fact, this is 4th grade. And I thought about if I wanted to do some other discussions or have the students discuss things, how do I do that? That's what my next question was.
All right, so notice this right here, this course lounge. That's the forum. See how this is a gray color? This looks gray. That's the forum. And then you have under course lounge, you have 2 topics. You have one, introduce yourself, and the other is Muddiest Point.
Okay.
Now, as I said before, students only talk to each other in a topic. They don't talk to each other in a forum.
Okay.
Okay. So to introduce themselves, what they would do is come here and click on these blue letters, introduce yourself. And when they do that, it allows them to start a new thread. That's like an initial post. And once they start a thread, give their posting, then they're able to see other people's postings too.
Okay.
Okay. Same thing with the Muddiest Point. If they wanted to participate in this, they would click on the blue letters, Muddiest Point.
Okay.
And then start a new thread.
Okay.
Now, outside of this course lounge, right? You may have discussions that students want to post to, or you want students to post to throughout the course. We can create a new forum and we could call the forum class discussions. Is that okay? Class discussions or whatever.
If you'll go ahead and do that, that'll be good. And then every time they go into the new forum, they click on
a new topic. Wait a minute. So you can, for the description here, you can put something like periodically throughout the semester, oh goodness, you will be discussing topics in this class. All right, something like that.
Okay.
Okay, and we can save and close. All right, so notice now my class discussions is gray, just like my course lounge is gray.
Okay.
There's nothing for students to talk about here. We have to add a topic to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up here to my blue new button. This time I'm going to add a topic, a new topic. The first thing it's going to ask me to do is choose a forum.
Okay.
Not part of the course lounge, it's part of the class discussions. The type is open. You want everybody in the class to be able to participate in this. You haven't put them in groups.
Okay.
And we will just call this will be discussion, or we could do something like, you know, it could be, you could title it towards a topic, or, but just do first week discussion, something like that. Here is where you would put, okay, this week we talked about how, what it's like to be a college student. So please give your experience on being a college student, whatever you want to put there, okay? You have some choices here. I would leave these first two alone. You certainly don't want to be have to approve every post. This one you may want to use. This makes what this will do is a student will not be able to see any other posts until they've made their post first. And why this is important is because a lot of times what students will do, they don't know what to write. They don't know, they haven't read whether ever they're supposed to read or whatnot. So they'll go in and they'll read what everybody else wrote and then try to figure out what they're supposed to do and post. Well, if we have this checked, then they can't do that. They have to make an initial post, then they can see everybody else's post.
That makes
sense. You may want to do this check mark right here. Since I made a change on this page, I can just click save.
Okay.
Okay, this was under the properties tab. We can also restrict, you know, this discussion if you only want to leave it open, have it available for a certain date range, or unlock it, you know, to where the student can still see the discussion post, but if it's past a certain day, they can't participate in it. If you want, you can make those settings here. Yeah. This third tab right here, this is how you add the grade item. So if you want this to be graded, you can add a new grade item right here. If I just click on this, it's going to open a box that says discussion. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I don't know if we have a grade book set up. We don't. Okay, how many points do you think they'll be worth?
5 or 10.
Okay, we'll just say 10 points. We can worry about that later. All right, you don't really need anything else other than that. You need the title. You don't need a short name. We'll worry about category later. You need the maximum points, and that's it. Just click save. Even though you just put the maximum points on the grade item, you still need to put the maximum points or the score out of here on the discussion. So enter 10 there. And then we can just save and close. Okay. Now, as I scroll down, I'll see my forum here, and here's my first week discussion. This is where students will actually talk to each other. I also know that it includes an assessment. So I know that when I grade this, it will go to the grade book. The grade that I give will automatically go to the grade book. And I know that I have it set up to where the student has to make an initial post before they can see anybody else's posting.
Okay. It sounds good.
And so throughout the semester, if you're not sure right now how many discussions you might have, throughout the semester, as you need to add different topics, you just come up here to the blue new button and add a topic and tell
Okay.
tell Cougar View which form you want it to go into.
Okay. All right. One other question, and in groups, I'm gonna do, I was gonna let the students choose their own groups, which group they want to be in. I'm gonna limit to how many can be in a group and how many groups I have. But
We can
when
set
they do
that up.
that, how, will that show up? Will I be able to see it?
So we set up groups under communications
Mhm.
and then groups.
I had looked at this, but this was something I was having problems with too.
To start a group, we have to create a category. So these groups, what will they be doing? Is this for a project?
This is only going to be for their group, their team project they do.
All right. So I'm going to call the category team project groups. Okay.
I can choose how many.
You want them to choose their own group.
Yeah, I think so.
How many people do you want per group?
Let's see, I have 29 students. I think it was 5 group.
Okay. So you'll have actually 6 groups, 5 with 5 people, and then the last group will only have 4.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to use this one. Think about this for a second. See, I always have to think. We're going to have 6 groups, and they're going to self-enroll. Of course, we could have groups of 5 self-enroll. Either way, do you anticipate getting more students added here? Nobody's going to add to this. Nobody's going to add this course to their schedule. In other words, you won't have more than 29.
Then yeah, no more than 29. That's done. Another. Okay.
I don't really think number of groups. This we would have to say 6. This we would have to say 5. So I don't think it really matters.
Okay.
I'll do this one. So we're gonna have 6 groups. Is there a certain date that you want them to find a group by? In other words, you want to put a date in here because you don't want it to be the end of the semester and some students say, well, I never signed up for a group.
Right.
So
I would probably set that for the October the 14th. Week. Yeah, like the 14th.
Second week of class, I mean. Starts on the 12th, let's say by the 26th.
Okay. We could move it up one more. No, I think I'd rather do the 19th. Yeah.
Okay, by the 19th, you have 1 week to get in there and find you a group.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This will allow anybody who hasn't been given a group or signed up for a group, it'll put them in a group.
Okay.
If you want to do that.
Yeah.
This group, are they going to turn in something as a group, like a presentation or?
They are, but I was trying to figure out what would be the easiest way for them to do that. I was thinking that would just like have them submit. It's going to be a PowerPoint or a video. I'm thinking that I may just have them do that under assessments, under assignments.
Okay. So we're going to set up a group assignment.
I think I've got one set up. If I don't,
Okay. Well, we can set one up.
Okay.
I'm wondering if this is because oh goodness, is it because I'm in as you? Why do we have an internal error? That didn't save at all. This is going to be team.
Team project, yeah. I'm trying to use the word team instead of group because that's what they do when you work, you know, so I was just trying to make it, that's one of the things I talk about a lot is, you know, what you're learning in this class has a lot to do with the work environment, you know, it's not what you, but anyway, that's why I do that.
Huh.
Hmm.
I don't know why it's not setting it up. I'll have to work on that.
Okay. Oh, well, and if I can't do that to groups like that, I could just do something like the old-fashioned way. But one more thing, and this has nothing to do with Cougar View. This has to do with your expertise as a person who knows a lot about technology. How do I access my OneDrive from another computer? Like if I was on campus and I wanted to access some of the files, and I have them set up already in OneDrive. Can you do that from any computer?
Are you talking about Microsoft Office 365?
Yeah, through my office, yeah. Just can't think, documents, yeah, and Microsoft, yeah.
365, right?
I guess it is. I think we've got the latest.
I'll tell you the easiest way to do it is contact Brandon Lindley at the help desk. He's the senior manager of the help desk because there's a special way you log in.
Okay. Well, I can use a thumb drive, but last year I left one in the library and I went back like 2 minutes later and it wasn't there. And the good thing,
Google Drive?
I didn't have any tests or anything like that on it. I had just been downloading some stuff from my, so anyway, I was just thinking, well, if I can do the OneDrive, I guess it's the same thing as doing that's not the same thing as doing in the cloud, is it?
What about using your Google Drive?
Can I access my Google Drive from home?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I need to do.
So, I'll show you mine. See, like this is my Gmail.
Mhm.
This is my.
I can get my Gmail. I just haven't ever tried to access my my Drive.
From your Gmail, right here, from your Gmail. See this little waffle here?
Yeah.
If you click on that, that's your drive.
Okay. I
Right.
didn't know it was easy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'll just put it in there. That's what I'll do. All right.
Yeah, I have lots of folders in mine.
Yeah.
Not that mine is not.
When I was watching that video you did, I learned about Brexit. I never knew that's what Brexit meant.
Oh.
I've seen it written out, but I was never all that interested in that news. And I was looking at that and said, oh, now I know what that means. Great Britain exit the European Union.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You're a good teacher. I learned something just from that few minutes.
I don't remember talking about Brexit, but if you say I did, I'll believe you.
You use your class video, what do you call it, PowerPoints, as in you would.
Yeah.
I guess it was your class, but anyway, and I guess anyway, I've got a lot. I'm feeling much better. And you'll send me this video, so in case I have to go. And the good thing is that when the video comes up, they had the closed caption, so that helped me.
Oh, it does? Oh, good.
Yeah. When
Are they good captions?
Yeah, it had closed caption on it.
Oh, good. That's good to know. We are working on getting Zoom integrated with Cougar View. So we probably wouldn't be using Collaborate as much anymore.
Okay.
We would use Zoom, which for synchronous sessions. I think part of the reason is because the captioning is good.
Okay. But when are they going to start doing that?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're testing it right now.
Well, I've got aggravated at myself when I was listening to the video because I kept interrupting. I kept saying, "Shut up, Joy, I'm trying to listen to Kim." Okay.
Well, don't try to take in too much at one time. I
Yeah.
need to work on your group problem. I don't know why it's giving me that internal error, but okay.
But just let me know if you need to talk to me again, and
I will.
I'll set up a time or two. I appreciate it. All right.
All right. I will send you this video as soon as it's processed.
Okay. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate you. Bye.
Bye-bye.